The Philadelphia 76ers have suddenly become one of the most fascinating teams in the NBA after making a series of massive moves this offseason. LeBron James is joining forces with Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe, and Jaylen Brown, creating a starting lineup loaded with star power. But with so many talented players competing for touches, questions about roles and chemistry are already emerging.
A busy offseason with big names.
The biggest
moving around,
name.
yeah, the biggest name. I mean, let's get into it. I mean, I think LeBron James deciding to go to Philly. I think the whole free agency was kind of waiting for that move to see what he was going to do. Took $4 million a year to play with. 2 years for $4 million. $8 million total. 2 years.
Oh, see.
Anyone ever done that before?
Open that. I'm glad they came to this door. This is a gift for you.
It's a setup. Oh.
That's Matt's shoes. Open that up. Let Matt open that up on the show. My guy, I got you. I appreciate you, bro. I'll see you when I get back to the hotel.
You're going to be on the show.
Huh? I'm getting Trav deliveries from the hotel for my guy? That's fire.
Feel like the other one, they look different.
You can knock again. God damn it.
Why did you do that?
Because I didn't bring the box.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Fresh pair.
Fresh episode.
Think, boys.
We're back, Bron. 2 year, $8 million. When you first heard the deal, what'd you think, or the move, what'd you think?
I thought everywhere in the world, but Philly.
You didn't think Philly?
I did not think Philly. I'm sorry, I didn't. I was one of those guys that thought he would go somewhere he was familiar to. Even go to Cleveland. I thought, for me, that made the most sense because, all the talk you hear about, the GOATs and him pairing him to Jordan and Kobe. For me, if he was thinking about it, which he probably never did, but Cleveland, only thing that made sense for me to keep him in that conversation. Because you go back home, you bring another championship there with the team they have there. I think that's bigger than winning the championship with any other team that's already built to win the championship. You're the best player in the league, as you say. So going to a team that's already championship ready, that's not really that's not what I would look at as the best player in the league challenging himself. You know what I'm saying? He's done it before, and he has the right to make his own decision, just like I have the right to my opinion. I don't think that was a best player in the league move. What a guy that I respect as being the best player in the league would do.
I looked at it a couple different ways. I felt like if he wanted to win, he was going to go to Philly or Minnesota. I felt like if he wanted that storybook ending, he would go to Cleveland or Miami. And if he wanted to play with Steph, obviously it's something they had been talking about, he would go to Golden State.
Yes. I would have liked that. That would have been dope.
I feel like this is a move he feels like he can win a championship. I also felt like him sliding into that forward position in Minnesota, outside of it being Minnesota, could have been a great situation for him. They picked up LaMelo, but he's there. And then obviously being able to pick up a Jaylen Brown. I really didn't like the way the media spun that and really tried to take a lot of personal shots at Jaylen Brown. This guy's second team All-NBA, should have been first team. He was in the MVP voting, carried Boston the entire year, obviously an earlier exit than they planned. And then I really think, Jack, that the media and punk-ass anonymous sources got in the mix of that situation. And I think the outside noise got really loud and they decided they were better off without Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, one of the highest paid, an intelligent nigga. Of course, there's gonna be a lot of people saying different things because he don't just, get along to get along. He's not that type of guy. Yeah. And when they talk about him, he don't respond in no ignorant way. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what bothered him too. They can't get to him. You know what I'm saying? He controls his own narrative. But I really feel like Boston did it bad. I think they owed him more respect than to do that. I mean, shit. He, like you said, he carried the team. You bring Tatum back, but Tatum was hurt still, and they still. So I don't know what they expected from him. I think he did everything that he could do to keep that team where it was while Tatum was down. But just to trade him like that, I think they owed him more.
And also too, I think the fact that he started jumping on not social media, but streaming.
Yes.
And to your point, controlling his own narrative.
Yes.
He was someone we talked to Jaylen Brown when he was young. Right when he cut the flat top off. And I was so impressed with just his intelligence and his point of view, his understanding of business and basketball, and obviously his talent. For someone averaged nearly 30, 7, and 5 last year to kind of get dogged out the way Boston tried to dog him out and then paint a dirty picture of him, to me that shit was fucked up. Yeah. And then, like I said, then the media jumps in and everyone starts taking sides. And it's just the nasty day and age of basketball. So I look for him to have a huge chip on his shoulder this year. But I feel like you add these pieces. Obviously, VJ Edgecombe is an emerging young star. Tyrese Maxey is an all-NBA caliber performer, first-time All-Star last year. None of this shit moves without Embiid.
Correct.
None of this shit moves, in my opinion. None of this shit moves without Embiid.
Let me ask you a quick question while we're on it. You don't think this is going to hold Edge come back a little bit?
I don't know.
To reach his full potential?
I mean, you see the usage rate of each of the key players. Embiid, 33.5%. Maxey, nearly 29%. LeBron is nearly 27%. Edgecombe is nearly 20%. And then Jaylen Brown is 36%.
It's only 4 quarters.
And only 1 ball. But I feel like, I feel like, and from what we're hearing, that LeBron might be a little more on the point this year, which I like. I feel like if this team gets Olympic LeBron James, where he's floating around a triple-double the entire season, because I still feel like at age 43 in year 24, I think he could do that. I feel like he could be someone that's 17, 11 or 12 assists and like 7 or 8 rebounds still, and scores when he needs to. But there's so many. He has so many weapons around him now. Yeah. But again, I still think it all depends on Embiid's availability. You know, I think hopefully they have a strategic plan that falls in line where they can get him to play, 40 to 50 games in the regular season?
That's a lot.
How many games did Bron play last year?
60 games last year.
60 games, yeah. If I think you can get Embiid at a certain clip, fuck the awards. If you can get Embiid to 40 to 55 games and have him in the playoffs and have everyone healthy in the playoffs, to me, is there a better starting 5 in the NBA to you?
Not even close. So would it be, is it an unhealable injury, or is it, I need to go see the wizard?
Bad knees?
Okay, just bad knees.
300 pounds.
So unhealable injury then. Basically.
But I heard he's in shape this year though, and we haven't heard that in a while. So that's interesting. Obviously, if you could take some weight off them knees, but the hard thing is getting in shape when you got bad knees.
Just having LeBron there, would that motivate him to play more games and be more available?
Well, could LeBron be that bird on his shoulder that he's never had?
Yeah.
That OG, someone that Embiid has to look up to and respect. Because I've heard, and I don't know, but I've always heard that he's like one of the worst superstars when it comes to being on time, being accountable, doing what he needs to do. Look at them knees. Need a little lotion, but that's...
Can you remember a team that's just had this much talent that's come together?
That's crazy. It's real top heavy. I mean, they have a little bit of depth. They got
the Warriors.
Yeah.
This the Eastern Conference version of the Warriors.
I don't know if we can give them that much. You think
I'm just saying, I'm talking about on paper.
Assembly
on
talent?
paper. Yeah, assembly, right.
Their depth is what? They got KCP, Simons, Dean Wade, Phylon, and then they got the UCLA boys in the 2nd or 3rd year. Bona is a backup big. Yeah, I mean, what they're second odds on favorite to win it, come out of the East. I mean, let's look at the East. I mean, obviously.
Behind who?
New York. Uh-oh, be careful, Jack. You know them New York motherfuckers be on your head when you laugh at them.
Fuck. Ask me again. I don't give a fuck.
So New York is favored out the East. And then them, Boston. I don't know. I don't believe in Detroit, and they still haven't signed their big man. I have never believed in Cleveland.
Throw Indiana back up there. Throw Washington back up there.
Let's talk about that. Indiana and Washington, the 2 bottom teams in the East. You feel like can make the playoffs?
They will make the playoffs.
Will
this year. Yes.
Play in or in?
They got their stars back. Teams are more complete. Hallie's back, and Washington got DeBonsa. We know what he's going to do. AD is more. I think he's more excited about the season now. Him and Trey is coming together and having the #1 pick. It gives some life from Washington. It's been dead forever, so it can't get no worse.
AD being healthy and people sleeping on how good Trey Young is.
Right.
A 25-10 guy that they just kind of have dismissed.
He got something to prove.
He got a lot to prove. And then DeBanza, obviously the #1 pick.
Murder music. That's what he listens to for games. Murder music.
Trey Young will lead the league in assists this year.
I agree. He's got some people to pass the ball to. So if AD can stay healthy over there, that's gonna be interesting. Obviously, you throw Indiana back in the mix with Halliburton returning nearly 16 months. He's been out, but he's back. And they got some good pieces around him. Who'd they pick up?
They picked up Kelly Oubre, but they got Zubac. Pascal Siakam was an all-star last year. Nembhard, solid role player. Nesmith, solid role player.
Nesmith is good, but they have another tall guy that's kind of athletic, white guy.
Jay Huff.
I like Huff. I like Huff. People sleeping on him. He's gonna be good for them.
Yeah. Another guy that can dunk.
Also, too, I mean, I feel like people have been writing off Paul George. I want to see what Paul George still doesn't think. I've seen him a lot this summer. He says he feels as good as he's felt in a while. He was 17-5-5 last year.
Yeah, 17-5-5, played 37 games, missed 25 to do a wellness violation.
What they call that? Wellness.
He's in Boston.
He's in Boston.
He was traded for Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, I know, but
I mean, but if PG is your 3rd option, because I think Pritchard's their 2nd option. Obviously, Tatum is Tatum, or Derek White.
PG gonna be the 2nd option. He ain't gonna.
You think?
That. Yes, sir.
I mean, I still think he can. Yeah. I just feel like people are writing him off.
Celtics got Mitchell Robinson too.
To be fair, though, before.
I think the Sixers have created one of the most exciting situations in the NBA, adding LeBron to a roster that already includes Embiid, Maxey, Edgecombe, and Jaylen Brown gives Philadelphia an incredible amount of talent. On paper, it is difficult to find another starting 5 that can match that combination of star power. The biggest issue, however, is that there is only one basketball. Embiid, Brown, Maxey, LeBron, and Edgecombe all need opportunities to impact the game, and their usage rates show just how much responsibility each player normally carries. Someone will have to sacrifice touches, and how naturally that happens could determine whether this team reaches its enormous potential. I especially like the idea of LeBron taking on more of a point forward role. Instead of trying to score 25 or 30 points every night, he could control the offense, create opportunities for everyone else, and take over when necessary. With this much scoring around him, a near triple-double season could be more valuable than simply chasing points. But everything still comes back to Joel Embiid. The discussion about Philadelphia's championship chances means very little if Embiid cannot stay healthy. If the Sixers can manage his workload and get him into the playoffs healthy, the combination of Embiid, LeBron, Brown, and Maxey could be incredibly difficult for any Eastern Conference team to handle. I also think Jaylen Brown could enter this season with something to prove. After everything surrounding his departure from Boston, he now has a chance to show what he can do alongside LeBron. And Ian Baye, if Brown embraces his role instead of worrying about individual statistics, Philadelphia could have multiple players capable of taking over a game.